Beginner's Guide, Part 4. Hi guys, I am that Tarantula guy. Welcome back to my channel. This is going to be part 4 of my beginner's guide, and today we're going to talk about feeding. So I have been down to the pet shop and have bought a few feeders. We do actually now have our own colony of cockroaches, but for beginners and people that are just getting into the hobby, I thought I would do what new people would do, go down to the shop, buy some feeders and show you guys which ones to get. Okay, so we shall start with the basics. Now, basics would be all tarantulas can eat these. These are standard silent brown crickets. You can pretty much get them in just about any pet shop, whether it be just like a local mum and pop pet shop or even the big chain stores like Pets at Home. They do these. Now most of the time you'll get deals on them, 2, 3 boxes, 4 boxes for tenner or whatever. Yeah, standard brown crickets. These are pretty good for most normal sized tarantulas. I personally usually feed mine, most of my sub-adult to adult teas, things like Genie, Tango, Beast, Chica, big juvenile to sub-adult stages, and I'll normally give them these, roaches or hoppers. These are hoppers. They are locusts that haven't grown their wings yet, so they're like colourful grasshoppers basically. These are really good as well, but as you see from a few of my other videos, hoppers, that's mostly what I use, just because I like them. They're easy to grab hold of. If they jump, they're easy to grab. Whereas crickets, I find if you leave the lid open or if you're trying to grab one out of the box, you normally get 2 or 3 jump out the box and then you've got to try and chase them down. So as usual, 2 things you will always need is a catch cup and tongs. Now my girlfriend, she laughs at me, she's like, that should be your catchphrase. But yeah, seriously guys, all beginners, tongs and catch cup, that's what you need. So for slings, alright, slings or spiderlings, we as keepers it gets shortened down into slings, but they're called spiderlings. So baby spiders, small spiders, the small tarantulas, they are called slings. Now you don't want to be feeding something this big to a sling, so these are brown house crickets. These are third small and medium. There you go. So these are what we use to feed slings. I do have quite a few slings in the collection. We will normally try and feed slings maybe twice a week. We'll give her 1 or 2 of these just to help them power through the sling stage, get into the juvenile stage where they're going to be a lot more hardy. These are really good for other inverts. I also have a Florida tailless whip scorpion up here, really tiny. Feed them to that as well. So yeah, something like these are perfect for slings. 1 or 2 once a week. If you're going to try and power feeding is a term where you feed them more to help them grow quicker. Yeah, if you're going to try and power feed to try and increase growth, you normally want to feed I would normally on a Monday, Friday. So feed on a Monday, then feed again on a Friday, then on the following Monday, start the process again. Just keep that up. Some people do it more, some people do it less. That's just my preference. That's how I do it. And our spiders, they grow fine. But yeah, here you can see my Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, or GBB. Now, that's my finger, and that's her right next. As you can see, she's not particularly big. She will get a bit bigger. She will definitely get bigger. But for something that size, standard brown crickets, I normally give her one of these once a week, two of these maybe, depends on whether she's going to eat them. So something that size, one or two of those a week, she'll be well away. Also, you could also use the hoppers. These are large hoppers, although I'm not so sure they're large actually. Looking at them, I think they might be the wrong lid. They look like medium hoppers to me. So yeah, medium hoppers, also good for that size. The way I look at it, the way I've learned to do it through my time in the hobby, is I measure the prey item against the body of the tarantula. Now, when I say the body, I don't mean the whole thing. I literally mean the abdomen and the cephalothorax, the two parts that make up the spider's body. Take away the legs, just use those two parts together. If your prey item is bigger than that size, then don't feed it to the tea, because the tea won't be able to take it down. So that's how I measure my prey items, and I've never had any problems with any feeders in any of my collection ever. Statement. And I don't care whether people want to come at me for that. That's my history with my collection. I've never had any problems measuring my prey items like that. Sorry, not sorry. That's just the way I've done it. As for the bigger teas, so for those of you that have seen the channel, you know how big Genie is, you know how big Beast is. Also Sandy down here, this is my Nandutra Pepe male. He is a mature male. He is big. He's probably the biggest tarantula I have. There you go, you've seen how big he is. So for something that size, I normally use either hoppers, but I use the adult size. So if you go into your pet store or your Pets at Home or wherever you get your feeders, if you've got something this big, you want to use like the adult locusts or large hoppers. I would normally give Sandy a large hopper every week. So long as he's going to eat it, I'll give it to him. It's fine. For females, they will normally eat a bit more. Males don't eat so much. Yeah, Genie, she will eat like an absolute beast. She will just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. And as you can see from this clip, there you go, guys. See the size of that abdomen? She be thick. She's pretty fat. So I'm starting to reduce down the amount I'm feeding her, because I want her to trim up a little bit, shall we say. So yeah, I'm waiting for her to go into a pre-molt, so I'm kind of trying to slow down her feeds because I don't want her to get overweight. So yeah, with things like these two, the big guys and Sandy, it's normally a adult locust or maybe 2 dubia roaches a week, and they'll take that down no problem. Yeah, for smaller things like Lightning, Nightmare, these two. yeah, for those two, it's again a hopper or a couple of standard crickets once every week. Simple as that. Now, if you're wanting to get more feeding responses, there is some debate amongst this, but to get more of a feeding response, more of a chomp, feed them less often. Now, these spiders, they can go without food. You don't have to worry about making sure there's food every single... don't worry. Now, for that, you can feed them once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks, or once every 3 weeks, then twice in a week. So long as they're getting food, so long as you're not neglecting them, they're all right. And again, you will get better takedowns. You'll see them more often where they're sitting at the entrance of their burrows waiting for food. So yeah, those are things that are benefits to not feeding so regularly. This is Rosie, my Grammostola rosea, one of the two that I have. As you can see, she is doing quite well in here. So let's see about feeding her. This is pretty much one of the most common teas to get for starters. See a lot of people starting with things like this. Now, again, just cricket on the tongs, drop it in and let her go and grab it. There you go. That's it. Alright guys, so here you can see in my box we have Lassie, my Lassiodora parahabana, and on this side we have Chica, which is my Grammostola polka peas. This is a salmon pink bird eater, and this is a Chaco golden knee. So for Lassie, as I said, we have a standard brown cricket. Now these, you just literally want to go in with your tongs, pinch one, hold it, literally just drop it in, and she will more than likely chase it down. There you go. You don't have to go in and grab them, guys. You can leave them. I wouldn't. Oh, there you go, she took it. I don't personally leave anything in there for more than 1 or 2 hours. If I put something in and don't take it straight away, I might close the lid up with it, leave it for an hour, check on it. If it's gone, it's gone. If it's still there after an hour, you're pretty much sure they're not going to be interested, so you can take it back out again. So there you go, guys. That is the basics of feeding tarantulas. I hope you learned something. I hope it helps, especially with the new guys, because that is who I'm making this series for. So if it's helped you, don't forget to leave me a like and leave a comment. Let me know what you've got, if you're new, if you agree with what I say, if you don't. So yeah, just make sure you type down below, leave a comment, subscribe, so you can follow along with the rest of the series and hopefully learn a few more bits. So yeah, the next one I think I'm going to do for part 5 will be watering and general care, cleaning up waste from the tarantula, bits of food that they haven't eaten, things like that. Just how to clean your tarantula's enclosure without stressing it. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, leave me a like, leave a comment down below, don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.